Well, a warm welcome along to this latest edition of the Weekend Review. I'm Jack Ogalbe, joined by James Mason. Here we talk about our three big talking points from the latest round of Premier League action. We'll start with Leicester City. Another win for the Foxes. Jamie Vardy once again getting on the score sheet. 13 for the season for him. He's the 5-2 favourite to win the Golden Boot in the Premier League. Leicester 20-1 to win the title. Of course, they did in 2015-16. They shocked the world on that occasion. They do still trail Liverpool by 8 points, James, but beating Everton 2-1. Could they do it again?
There's every suggestion that they could do it. I mean, they came from a goal down in that game. They weren't at their fluent best, but they still managed to get the job done. And, you know, VAR was talked about again, but at least it's in a positive aspect this time because Iheanacho scored, the flag went up, but they looked at it again and he was onside, so the goal got ruled, you know, and that was in the last seconds of the game as well. You saw the mass celebrations and everyone, the coaching staff, all the players jumping over there on the sidelines on Brendan Rodgers. Maybe that's got something to do with the fact that he's being linked with the Arsenal job, but I think that there is a good possibility that Leicester could catch Liverpool. We've seen Liverpool give up leads. Last season they did it. They were 10 points clear at one stage and they still lost out to Manchester City. So Leicester are that team where nobody expected them to be that high up and they could do it. Yeah, they've got some winnable games coming up as well, including against Watford on Wednesday. We're talking about Leicester really as the major title contenders to go as far as Liverpool because Manchester City again dropping points this weekend, drawing 2-2 at Newcastle. Aymeric Laporte, the defender who's been out since August, is kind of on his way back. He thinks half a month, 6 weeks, a month. It could be anyway, he says, but he's on his way back. But they have got to tighten up at the back. 2-2 at Newcastle is not good enough. No, it's not good enough. And, you know, they were poor against Newcastle. This is a Newcastle side that don't really score goals this season, and they still conceded 2. Now, albeit, there was 2 fantastic goals in that game. De Bruyne's thought they won it for City late on, and then Shelvey scored a similar cracker. But, yeah, you look at City, and the last couple of games, maybe even with the Champions League, the last 3 games, they've looked a little bit lack of ideas in terms of breaking teams down. And, you know, Newcastle did a good job of sitting in there, defending as resolutely as they did and hit them on the counter-attack. But you mentioned it, defence is where they need to tighten up. And if they don't, I think it could be a long old road for them to get back. It's already a lot of points to try and make up. Yeah, you do wonder if they will go into the market in January. Funnily enough, we mentioned Leicester being 20-1 for the title. They are Liverpool's nearest rivals as far as the table is concerned, but City still 10-3 to retain their crown. There's not a lot of value in that for me. No, there's not that much value. I think it's always just warning against City because you know they can put a run of form together. You know, if teams start dropping points and they keep picking up the wins, then who knows? And you don't want to write them off. I mean, they're going for 3 straight Premier League titles. So, yeah, City are one of those teams where just in the back of your head there'll be a niggly feeling, especially from Liverpool fans, where they'll be thinking, it's not done yet. Yeah, well, it's sometimes the Achilles heel of the teams going for 3 in a row. That's where they fall down. Manchester United struggled a few times, Chelsea as well. Finally, we're going to talk about West Ham ending an 8-game run without a victory in all competitions with their 1-0 victory away at Chelsea. They've not won at Stamford Bridge since 2002 going into the game, but Aaron Cresswell's goal made the difference. The pressure's now off, I suppose, Manuel Pellegrini. They do have some winnable games coming up, but I suppose the real trick now is to start getting some results on the board and just forget about what's happened before. Yeah, it's consistency now for West Ham. It's a strange one because that one against Chelsea I thought was kind of a free hit for them because Chelsea were in such good form. It's the games that come up where they're expected to go in and win those now. They're the big test, I think. They're the acid test for West Ham where Pellegrini, whether he'll stay, you know, or whether he'll be let go. But I think the Hammers will probably keep him until the end of the season and then Pellegrini will be on his way. They'll look to someone else. Rafa Benitez has been mentioned quite a lot and I think when he's done with his season stint over in China in their Super League, I think he'll come over to West Ham. But yeah, in terms of the performance, it was good. It was resolute. They could have won by more than a goal, I have to say. It was a strange old game, though. I mean, the Premier League, that is what it is, isn't it? You can't pick out a winner sometimes. Chelsea, they were going to breeze that game. It was going to be 2-3-0 for them, easy peasy. And then suddenly the Hammers come up with that big display. Yeah, big result for Manuel Pellegrini. Bought him some time in the job, and they do have winnable games coming up. Wolves in midweek. They're also playing Crystal Palace and Southampton in 3 of their next 4 fixtures. That's all we've got time for today. Thank you on behalf of myself and James. Remember to follow us across all social media channels and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube.